Hey everybody, it is the Dudes with Attitude podcast. I am your host, the good Dr. Legend, as we sit through and relive the greatest era of professional wrestling, the WWF Attitude Era. As always, I'm with my esteemed co-host of Wrestling Boomers, the magnificent one, Brett Evers.
Pow!
And the supreme submission machine, Angelo.
I think tonight I'm going to drink some Steve Weidersers and get in my pickup truck, and that's the bottom line because the Supreme Submission Machine said so.
Well, you do look like Austin from the eyebrows up. Unfortunately, no ego, the Wesel Magnifico. Can't be here today. It's his
What does he do? Does he do like, nah, like is that
he
what
does
he does?
the hot claw. I act upon a hot claw. No, it is.
Warrior stuff too.
That's a mega inside joke, guys.
Oh my
we'll tell it
God.
one
Take
day.
the two pilots.
That video's still on YouTube.
It's still there. Yeah.
Anyone who's watching, you have to go search for this video. I kid you not. Even when I go back and watch it, I still lose it, and I know what's gonna happen, and I still lose it.
Yeah,
Such
it's
a good
called
video.
Team Fortress 2 Training, and it has absolutely zero footage of gameplay on it. So you'll know you found the right one when you see no screenshots of the actual game inside. But yeah, Weasel's not here because today is actually his birthday. So I want to give him a special DWA birthday shout out. Chris, I know you're going to be listening to this later, relishing that you couldn't be here talking shit. So happy birthday, buddy. Wish you the best. Hanging out with some IRL friends or taking them out to dinner and whining and dining them. So happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday!
So to honor him today, the show must go on. We're going to trudge along without him. It'll be tough. But I think we can manage an episode of Monday Night Raw, as they've been getting a lot better week after week. So that's a good thing.
That's true.
Last week, we left on somewhat of a cliffhanger. So the seeds have been planted for the Austin versus McMahon mega angle that basically is prolific with the entire Attitude Era. And we kind of saw the first instance of. We thought he was going to take a stunner, but no, instead he quote unquote accidentally gets bumped off the apron and lands on the floor. So that, and we were talking about that's like pinnacle WWE storytelling because they slow played it. Like WWE today would be like they would have had a match on Raw after that.
Yeah.
After the first promo.
Yep.
But they're just like kind of building up to this thing, which is really, really cool. And I'm kind of excited to re-see it play out. And it's pretty fun. I'll give it that. I was worried, I keep mentioning this and, it was very troublesome watching this early on. Like the first few episodes, like, good God, like, is the show going to get better? Like, I know it does, but like, it's really, really rough to watch. And as we're kind of coming into the end of 1997, WWF's worst year of probably all time, I'd imagine, unless they're killing it now because of all their contract deals and everything. But as far as the company goes, it was like their record loss, right?
I think it was
Yeah,
96 or 97, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, let's get to it, guys. If you're joining us on Peacock, get ready to hit play. We're going to start the show in 3, 2... Oh, wait a second. I forgot one thing, guys. What are you drinking tonight? We can't start the show without beverages.
So with Chris not here, and it being his birthday, I figured I would do the right thing by drinking a beer.
He's gonna watch this.
Chris, come on.
Okay. What kind of beer are you drinking, Brett?
So this is I got this from my fiance's uncle for Christmas. It is a Firestone Anniversary Ale, 24th. It's a special reserve barrel aged blend. It is 11.3% alcohol by volume.
Oh my
So,
God.
this might be our most interesting show without Chris.
Firestone, huh? Are those barrels made out of rubber?
Oh,
Funny you should mention that. It is the same family, just not that.
You are
family.
drinking Tiger
They
beer.
are related. They're related, but it's not the Firestone here.
I can
This
see
is the
why.
part of the family that actually does viticulture wines, and that guy. So Firestone Walker, Walker is Firestone's brother-in-law. So he married into the Firestone family, and they created this brewery as like a side thing, and then it just went off. Now they're not as high end as like Stone or something like Anchor or something that's more recognizable, but they are up there in the microbrew world.
I can see why it's got such a high alcohol content because it's full of gas. Uh, that's my bad. That's my bad joke for the evening. Angela, what are you drinking?
I am actually going hardcore and drinking a Sunkissed Zero orange soda.
Wow, they have
Sunkissed
zero
Zero?
Sunkissed?
Sunkissed Zero, yeah, it's actually pretty tasty.
Oh,
Finally, they make a beverage.
oh.
Finally, they make a beverage for your IQ.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Terrible.
Coming from the guy who last won the nothing about wrestling.
You're drinking ahas.
And as far as I'm drinking tonight, I'm a man of my word, as I am infallible in trivia. I have procured a Liquid Death, and we're going to do a quick little taste test, as promised, to see if this water hits as different as Brett promises. Now, I do have my nice cask of reverse osmosis water that I can, taste tested side-by-side comparison to see how it hits. All right, here we go, guys. Nice spit. Give a nice little sniff of the can. I'm getting hints of aluminum.
Makes sense.
All right, here we go. This tastes like shit. I'm sorry. It hits different, all right. It tastes like shitty water.
I told you it tastes like water, and I told you
It's
hits
like-
different. So
It's like
I
you're a
don't see what's wrong
kid
here.
and you see a creek with rocks in it, and you take a sip of the creek because you're thirsty, and you get that delicious rock flavor in your water, but you're so thirsty you don't care. That's exactly what this is. What the fuck? It doesn't hit. You made it sound like, oh yeah, it's like clear crystal water, Liquid Death. This is liquid bullshit. You want to try it, sweetie? My wife is gonna try.
I want to hear your wife's reaction.
Yeah.
How's it taste?
Tastes like creek water.
Oh, that's good. Perfect.
Oh my god, this is going back to Sam's Club. All right, I'm going back. I got my nice grape soda here. I'm gonna go drink that Zevia grape soda. So no sugar, zero glycemic index. I'm good to go. All right, enough shenanigans with the water. Let's get back to it, guys. Starting the show in 3, 2, 1.
What's the date for our viewers?
December 15th, 1997.
Perfect.
In 7 different languages to more than a half
This, of course, was the tape show after the live show.
Wrestling
That is
Federation.
correct. We are on a taped Raw, so we'll see how different it is. And it's really kind of interesting to make those kind of perspective calls when the shows are. I mean, we used to know they were taped back in the day, but it's more or less like we didn't care. We were just like, oh, I just want to see the program. Like, we could really tell the difference how they promoted the program live versus tape. Like, live show, hey guys, something big's gonna happen. On the tape shows, like, here are your matches, here's your wrestling, go at it.
Yeah. I know, and during the Attitude Era, what we used to do is for one of our friends actually print out the results. We had internet. So we'd print out the results because, they taped it the next night. We'd give it to our friend. So then the next week, when the taped Raw came up, he'd be sitting there with his little brother, and he'd literally tell him, jokingly, oh, I bet he wins. Oh, I bet this is what's going to happen. Like nonchalant. And his little brother is just like, blown mind until we finally, I think it was WrestleMania 20, because that was when my brother went, but they didn't go, so they had me come over to their house and I watched it there, pay-per-view, and that's when we finally admitted to his little brother that we'd been playing him this whole time.
Oh my god.
Like at that point, it was like 2 years.
Oh.
or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it
They're
was a long
starting
time.
big with some Undertaker. You know what's funny? In Peacock, they give you kind of like a description what's happening on Raw with one sentence. The description for this week's show is Undertaker, comma, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was like no descriptions. It's like, hey, these are going to be here. We haven't seen
That's
Taker.
all I need.
We haven't seen Taker since the pay-per-view, right?
DX,
He wasn't
right?
on last week's
Yeah.
show.
Oh, Kane was.
Yeah.
Well, they're building up his
With
feud
your
with Michael.
boys.
Kevin Kelly is
Evan
commentating.
Kelly.
What
Michael
the
Cole?
hell?
Oh, Michael Cole standing in the ring.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I really can't wait. Honestly, the only person I like doing in-ring interviews is Mean Gene Okerlund. For some reason, the way he asks the questions, his voice, like, it's part of the show. That's how I perceive interviews. And when Cole does it, or Lawler does it, or even McMahon does it, it seems forced. But I think it's just me as a kid being used to seeing Mean Gene doing it all the time. I'm like, oh, that's how a wrestling interview should be done.
Well, you're just so used to Mean Gene, and he's like the best in the world, honestly. Like he knew exactly how to put the focus on the wrestler, but also let's not forget the wrestlers actually did a pretty good job. Look at Piper's Pit, like Roddy Piper, and then Chris Jericho's highlight reel. Like you got to have a little charisma to do that kind of work in.
It's so weird. Isn't it weird seeing Taker cut promos? Because usually he'd never say shit. It would be better talking for him. What?
Well,
the-
his should his character cut promos? I mean, if you think about it.
What the hell?
They were in San
No
Jose?
build up.
Oh no, the Rumble was in San Jose.
What the fuck? This had zero build to it. There wasn't like a slaughter. Like, you want to talk shit, Helmsley? You're gonna wrestle.
They literally
Taker.
just announced the Rumble main event?
Yes, right now.
That's how they did it?
What?
Yeah.
How?
They just did it right there.
And the guy has a casket match?
What? This makes no sense.
Why?
Every time they do a casket match, it's usually because the fuckers run away from him, or they get DQ'd, or it's like a schmoz. He can never get paid clean, so he does a casket match to be like, I'm gonna bury your ass.
But one issue.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think
And
about
that
DX
is,
at that point, because they kind of were,
I can
you know,
beat Shawn Michael
shit.
at will.
So that, in the sense of that, it makes sense to make it a casket match.
See,
Well,
Shawn,
he made a good
I mean,
point.
this is just like,
when
He
you
just
won
made
the
a good
World
Literally,
point saying he
Heavyweight
wasn't finished with
just made it.
Shawn because
thoughts?
Kane ran in during Bad Blood
You had
and
the
messed
world
up the match. So it didn't, even though Shawn
in your
beat him,
hand.
it wasn't a clean victory. So he's
But
like,
what
all right,
comes
I
with
need
the
to get my
title
revenge.
is
But
the number one
A
contender.
casket match though, that
So what it
doesn't make
means
sense.
is
Like,
you have to look at
I
the
know we
eyes
know it's
of
like
the
famous
reaper,
for what happens during it, but like,
and you know when you
I
look,
thought it was like, I thought it
into
had
the
better
eyes of
build
the
to it. Like,
Reaper,
hey, we're gonna put you in a casket match, so
one-on-one,
Shawn's got nowhere to
you
run,
can't
nowhere to
beat
hide.
me.
Well, the funny thing is, the casket match was usually a match that Undertaker would lose. He almost always lost them early on.
No, I don't. He's only
oh,
won
he almost always won
one.
them early on.
Yeah, he's
I
lost.
think
He's,
the only one he
by
lost
history
early on was against
in casket matches.
Yokozuna.
you're correct.
It's
He has
legendary.
lost more buried alive matches than he's
all
ever
the
won.
history
He's
of
only
history.
won, I
He's
think,
lost
one
every single
or
one
two.
of his buried alive
I've
matches.
only
No,
lost
no,
one
no. He
casket
won the
match,
first one.
and it took 10
He won the
Oh,
first
that's
one
right. He
against
technically,
Mankind.
yes.
Oh, that's
But
right.
Mankind
Technically
still
won.
threw him in there, and he got buried in it.
That was the introduction of the introduction.
Introduction.
Introduction. Of the
Introduction.
The
I don't see
execution. Shockmaster. Oh my God!
No. So what it
He's
all
got
boils
the
down to
ultimate thesaurus.
is that the Royal Rumble.
I got the beer Thoris.
You better give
God, I
your
almost
soul
reached
to
that
the
fucking
Lord,
creek water again.
because the rest
God
of your
dang it, Brett. The thing
Oh,
cost
maybe I'm
me
just used to it.
$12.
belong to me.
I didn't say
You
it was, I
drink
said it
shit
was
water,
expensive.
okay?
Night is over.
You
You said you were gonna get a can from 7-Eleven.
But I saw it at Sam's Club, and I'm like, I can go return this if I don't like it. and get my whole money back. So I bought the 12 pack, and I was like, all right, maybe it's good. You know what? My cat's rubbing her butt on it. Maybe it'll make it taste better.
Oh god. So what is liquid death actually supposed to be? Like, I'm confused.
It's mountain water. It's mountain
just
water.
water.
It's like,
Oh, they just took. Why do they call it liquid death?
because that's the
Because they
branding.
want something catchy to get you to buy it.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like, oh, this is the kind of water you drink when you go out to die, and that movie Deliverance, and you get raped and all that kind. Is that what?
Who goes out to die? What the
What?
fuck are you talking about?
What
Well,
hell?
not on
You go out
purpose.
to die on
This is what I was
purpose.
drinking tonight.
Oh, so you don't go out to die on purpose, but they made a product for you. Should you go out and the possibility of death exists, we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
water for you.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, at
Right.
least if you
The
die,
fuck
you
outta
get
here.
hydrated.
These two men like mirror images of the other.
This is an interesting confrontation.
I bet you Kane beats his ass. What's funny, because like he's feuding with Sean, but his brother's here fucking everything up for him. It's like, don't you kind of want to see him kick his? I mean, it's kind of like
But
it's
think
pretty
of
clear
the
Undertaker's
build,
not going to
dude.
win.
It's almost 6 months of build for
I
Taker
agree.
versus Kane. This
But it's
shit
ki-
would happen in WWE on a Raw the next night. Like,
No, I agree. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, how are you supposed to believe that Undertaker's going to beat Sean if Kane's standing right in front of him?
I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to. At some point during the build to this match, Kane sides Taker.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, why would he? Well, I guess we'll talk about that later.
let's just wait. Let's
Yeah,
wait and
I
see what
mean-
happens. So, I'm kind of excited for it. Every ass he's kicked is your fault, Taker.
All because he won't take a match.
You burned him
he won't fight his
alive.
brother.
I would call the cops, but he wants to wrestle you.
We'll settle this in square and circle.
Wrestling can be so fucking stupid sometimes.
I know. Running it like the Pillman stuff. You run into my house and I'm gonna shoot you. But we'll wrestle this Monday night in the square and circle.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
How much more of this will the Undertaker take?
Oh,
It's weird. Like, why doesn't, storyline wise, why doesn't King just keep beating the shit out of him every time he sees him?
What must the Undertaker
Because
be
Taker's not
thinking
gonna
right
strike him.
now? It's like looking into his own soul.
but with their characters, it's kind of like these. It's like Jason, right? Like he's not gonna run around. He's gonna slow fuck everything, right? Like,
Steadfast. In the thought
and it's also
that
wrestling too. Like,
I mean, this is kind of making Taker look a little weak. Like, I won't wrestle my brother or whatever, but, like, you know, he's not apologetic for what happened. He's just like, we're brothers. I'm not going to fight you. Like,
now I got a
don't
question.
know. Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
you know, if we're gonna write this story, like, and like really flesh it out, let's go with the stupid fucking Taker burnt the house down, killing their parents, but Kane somehow survived, and the look on his face on Bad Blood, it's pretty famous look where he's just freaking out, like, oh my god, my brother is still alive, and now he's a professional wrestler in tights.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's not some dude in jeans gonna come out here and beat the living piss out of me. You son of a bitch!
Yeah, still gotta run in from the crowd or sneak up on you when there's no one around and no witnesses.
I mean, that
Commercial for the CD?
Yeah,
really?
thematic, I think. Yep, there it is.
Why is Austin breaking guitars? It makes no sense.
Didn't we buy that
Volume
album?
two.
I have
had all
all of
those
our
albums.
CDs. I know we have the first one with the
You have that one?
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And then we have another one. I forget which one. But then I have like the latest, one of the later ones with Christian song and Billy Kidman's like rap music for no reason. The 1-800-COLLECT Rewind. Who didn't see this coming?
Rewind we've seen, huh?
You know,
We've done too many of the rewinds.
I didn't pay attention when I was a kid, but Jerry Lawler did not have a good body for wrestling.
No, he
Oh,
never
well.
did. That's why he was all. That's why he was the king of Memphis.
The funny thing is he still had that same body since 1996.
Same body gave him a heart attack too.
Yeah, on air.
Yeah, that's got to be rough.
You can tell who the smarks are in the crowd by their signs. Vince rules.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of this Kevin Kelly commentary I could take. Oh wait, Kevin Kelly's gone. Oh no, he's the three
He's
of
right
them.
there.
He's right there.
Cole, Kelly, and Ross.
How come I don't remember Kevin Kelly in the booth? I always just remembered it being Ross and Lawler.
Much like horrid memories from your childhood, you tend to block out the real traumatic ones.
The real bad ones, yeah.
No offense to Kevin Kelly, but like he's the who's that of wrestling. Like you mentioned, like, oh yeah, I remember Kevin Kelly. Like, but I don't remember anything he did.
And you know what's funny about wrestling is Kevin Kelly could probably make some money taking pictures and signing some autographs. Not a lot, but like because he was on TV, he could get like AEW can sign him or Impact can sign him, and it's like
You know he's the play-by-play for New Japan.
Oh, is he?
Play-by-play guy.
Oh.
He has been for years.
yeah, Mauro Ranallo used to do it too.
What the fuck is that sign? You see that with the RWF? Is that like a wrestling promotion or whatever?
I mean, UWF was.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't a proud day last week, JR,
He's
when the
wrestling
King
in
and
Lawler?
Brian Christopher orchestrated that attack.
To get
Yeah.
revenge.
It was disgraceful.
He's not a light
Because-
heavyweight.
The
This
light
is an
heavyweight.
unsanctioned match.
Okay, write this down, guys. The light heavyweight champion is going to wrestle the color commentator from Memphis.
I always said this, anytime you're in a program with Jerry Lawler, congratulations, your push is dead and so is your career.
Yeah.
Because anybody who gets into a feud with the commentator, it's done. That means you have no program. Like, remember when Hurricane Helms had to change his gimmick back to Shane Helms or whatever?
Yeah.
The first thing he did was do a program with Lawler, and then you never saw him again.
Well, Taz, I mean, his wrestling career ended when Jerry Lawler beat him at SummerSlam 2000, which we'll get to.
I'm shocked he made it that far. He made it from Rumble to all the way to SummerSlam. Oh shit!
And you think about that Rumble match too, like they put him over.
Oh yeah, I mean you had to. They paid good money for his ass. Problem was, like,
Completely dropped the ball on him.
I'm honestly shocked. I don't. WWF didn't need Taz. There was no reason for them to pick Taz up. And I think it just hurt ECW in the long run. And I know Taz was saying, like, he wanted to go because he was getting bored at ECW. He was the world champ. He was beating everybody. It wasn't fun enough for him anymore. But they made him a really, really good offer. But look what WWE do with Taz. They didn't have shit for him.
Look what they did with all other than the Dudley Boys. Who did they really push?
Yeah, well, technically,
Van Dam.
Mankind.
They kept calling
yeah,
it.
but
Van Dam had the worst moniker in WWE history. You know what his moniker was? The greatest wrestler to not be WWF champion. What
also
fucking...
not true.
What
He
a
did win
slap
it.
in the face. Ross would say that constantly about anytime RVD was in a match. Uh-oh, here's Ross. Some say he's the greatest wrestler never to be WWF champion. I'm like, so you son of a bitch, why don't you just bury him further? Like, and in 2002, he was a fucking stud. He was in main events. He didn't even lose to Lesnar clean when Lesnar was beating everybody. He was popular as shit.
He was actually, he blew up right in mid 2001. Like they actually had to throw him with Angle and Austin on a pay-per-view because he was so over.
Yeah, that was the No Mercy.
Yeah.
That was during the invasion. Yeah, it was. They had to throw him in there because Angle he wasn't quite heel yet, but yeah,
Oh,
Bob was so.
whoa! And he
Oh.
hits it, but holds his stomach anyways because Lawler's
Because
fat
apparently
ass
he hit
can't
the
roll.
back, and the back is tougher than the front. I don't know.
Good thing for Lawler, he scooted in. Otherwise, it could have been lights out.
Good thing for Lawler, he scooted in to avoid the moonsault. Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That was a clean moonsault, though, from the second rope.
I think for a tape show, they might have edited that, huh?
Right? Yeah, you think you would, well, the thing is, though, that's where Taka's, like, his heat died, and they had to get the heat on Lawler now. So, like, how do you transition to that? Can't be like, cut, roll, reverse tape. Okay, roll tape.
Extreme amount of punishment so far in this matchup, and the King likes what he's doing.
Where's his son? Is he out there going to run interference at the end?
He's waiting for his cue from Bruce Pritchard. Hey, fun
Literally.
fact: Taka Michinoku is still wrestling.
Yeah,
What?
New Japan, right?
No, he's now with Professional Wrestling Just Tap Out, and it's his
Oh,
promotion.
NGPW.
He was, but he created his new a new promotion.
Is he still nice and skinny, or did he become like all wrestlers and gain a shit ton of weight for no reason?
He's actually kind of bulkier, but he's not like muscular wise. But he's not hefty.
I'll tell you what, the saddest body transition I've seen, I hate to say it, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but
What
he,
the fuck
Yeah.
happened to him? It's like his body from like the neck down to his waist did like 50 years of drugs.
and he's
To
not a
be
drug
fair,
guy.
He is in his 50s, so.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
I
also
mean, but
50.
Okay, Hollywood Hogan at 42, even in his 50s, looked fucking good. What the fuck happened to Jericho?
Well, Hogan never. I don't know if you know this, but Hogan was big, but he was never like ripped. Like he didn't have abs. He didn't look fantastic.
His arms were buffed as shit, though.
Well, if you look at early,
In the 80s, because of steroids.
No,
Like
like Hollywood Hogan had ripped arms, and he'd been off the juice.
well, he was skinny though. Like he was probably only 240 pounds because he had
Oh,
he
yeah,
had
he
gotten
was-
off the
he
juice.
was-
But no, what's
What the
interesting.
fuck? Is he going for his famous punch? Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
What's interesting about wrestlers when they get in their 50s, it's like they don't put on good matches, but why on earth? But it's kind of hard not to promote them though.
Okay,
Michinoku
that
driver.
was pretty safe.
That was quick.
Look at
There
that
he is.
slow.
There
Oh,
he is.
there he is.
This is like the ultimate classic run-in. Like
All right,
nothing
the
in-
DQ counter starts at 1 for today.
yeah, this is like who didn't see this coming?
Yeah, no shit. That's why I asked, like, where's his son? Like, he's gonna come fucking run interference later. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. It's kind of sad that... What the fuck? He got powerball.
That was not well executed for a Hurricane Rana.
It's right in that busted lip. Uh-oh.
Well, Brian Christopher's not really that great of a worker.
No. I think
Great
he's better than his
character,
dad, but that's not saying much. He's so angry. This is
Yeah,
what's-
Brian Christopher for
This
sure
is what
was way
started
better
the
than
the
him.
feud between Lawler and his son after he got punched in the face. You son of a bitch! I'll never forget.
Let's take a look at what happened at the end of this matchup, Kevin.
Well, certainly right here, it was all she wrote, the Michinoku driver, but you can see Christopher hauling up the
He was like, you see him pause right there, like I can't run in too early or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
The best run-in you'll ever see is Tom Brandy's run-in in a couple weeks. He literally runs in and nobody gives a shit. It's Tom, and like Jim Ross is like, "Oh my goodness, it's Tom Brandy. He's coming down." Like, no one gives
Guys,
a
don't try calling the 900 number. It's no longer active.
shit. Dude, we should call it and see what happens.
1-900 for WWF. I don't think there's enough numbers in there, dude. DX versus Legion of Doom? What the hell? I thought they were feuding with the Godwins.
Well, they have to put him in a match like that's gonna sell. So screw it. Who cares, right? It's wrestling.
But I mean, your world champion right here is in the worst programs. Like, what? Nothing says transitional champion more than that.
No, I agree. They just here's the thing. When you have a world champion in wrestling, you have to put him out there often. But what the fuck do you do with him unless he's gonna wrestle for the title? Like, it's really hard. It's not easy at all.
If you don't have good programs for your champion, why the fuck is he champion?
Well, he doesn't need to wrestle though. Like WCW did not put Hogan in wrestling matches very often when he was champion. Like
No, you're right. But he was in good programs though. Still, he was. They're stomping on WCW wrestlers. They were running away from. His programs were great, and he didn't have to wrestle because of it. Now,
yeah, they were just.
It's Intercontinental Champion Rocky Maivia.
Wait, where's his belt? I thought he was champ.
Remember, Austin took it.
Austin took it. I think.
Right.
Yeah, this is the look fanny pack, man. Holy shit.
So what I'm gonna do, Rock, is I'm gonna forfeit the damn title to you tonight.
Now this is the program that's gonna sell some ratings, some advertisements.
I don't want it no more.
I like how Rock is like being defensive about it too. He's like, I don't trust this son of a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, shut up. Shake my hand, champ. Trust
Fucking
me, champ.
Austin,
It's only up
man.
and up. You can. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Intercontinental Champion, The Rock.
I like how Austin's clapping loud enough for you
Austin
to
would
hear
go
him.
on to stun Rocky, make off with the belt, and then inadvertently knock Vince McMahon off the apron of the ring. More on that later. Vince, I should say, Stone Cold
Thank you
also
very
has
much.
a surprise for tonight.
Is that The Rock?
The Rock is the people's chump. That's like the greatest sign ever.
I love listening to like
The
early
new
Rock's promos.
Undisputed Intercontinental
He gets angry a
Champion,
lot. It's like rightfully so.
the People's Champion.
It's funny, like you
And as
usually
we
used to
all
like the
know,
cocky heel
the
being a
best
coward.
damn
Rock
Intercontinental
isn't much of a
Champion
coward. Like he still has the
There ever
cowardly
was.
traits, but he's not like the pure coward like in
Hey,
your
hey,
honky
with
tonk
all due respect,
bands
the champ is talking.
or what's his name? They who shall not be named.
The champ,
Oh,
unfortunately,
here comes
the champ
the dissension.
is a very unhappy man. And that's for the simple fact
This is the Black
That
Panthers gimmick they're trying to
gutless-
do, right?
Yeah,
tonight,
basically.
Stone
They've got the
Cold Steve
hats and
Austin
everything. Ron Simmons' real
That
first
gutless
wrestling name in
thief of the
WWF was
night, Steve
Farouk
Austin,
Assad, right? Like some
Yeah.
the Rock
Muslim guy.
Intercontinental title.
Of Egyptian warrior.
He stole our
Right, yeah,
Intercontinental belt.
Egyptian warrior.
You know, it's
I mean,
funny.
that-
You make fun of some angles like that. You got like, do you guys remember Tony Atlas as Samba Simba?
As the
No.
Oh my God! So he makes an appearance at the '91 Rumble. This is like a fucking dropped him into a box of stereotypes and like plucked him fresh out. He had the fucking African shield and a spear that he brought to ring. Like,
Wow.
but the thing was, Atlas loved the gimmick. He said, "Oh shit, here comes Austin."
There we go.
Atlas was like into drug use. He had like divulged into all that stuff and was bad. He said that career saved my life because it gave me a job and got me clean again. I was like, okay, I can respect that. Because here's the thing, when you go to WWF, all this stuff is voluntary. There's nothing stopping you. Like, look at Bret Hart. We're gonna make you Cowboy Bret Hart. He's like, he was a fucking one rung above a jobber back then. He was like, no, I don't want to be a cowboy. Let me do something else, please.
If I heard you right, you're back there calling Stone Cold Steve Austin out. You're ordering me out to the ring. If you ain't been watching, son, you don't order Steve Austin to do a damn thing.
It's nice that Rocky's not like afraid, because like he's over there. I'm on my. Before he was freaked out because he was in the ring by himself without the nation. But now he's like, I got the nation here.
I ran my damn truck all over their asses.
I will say this: D'Lo does not look great in a
Rocky,
trench
I whipped
coat.
your ass.
No.
You
He
should
kind of
go
looks like
for
their
me,
driver.
Because that's exactly what you are. A piece of trash.
The shock looks on his
I told you to talk to you
He always
because
has
for
the
once in my
best
life,
looks.
I was in a good mood. I had some mercy on your junky ass.
Chunky ass?
You want your little shut up. Stop moving your mouth.
There's a, I can't remember when, but there's a promo where Farouk is cutting on Austin, and Austin just goes, basically, I don't understand a damn word you just said.
Stick around, because I got something to show you, and you're gonna understand, Rock. When you mess with the 3-1-6, you're in way over your damn head. You just don't know no better.
JR, what does he mean by the
You know what? There is a subtle genius to Austin's promo work because, you know, we've been really ragging on DX the last couple of weeks because they're out there for like 20, 30 minutes and it's god awful. Austin's out there for like 2 to 3 and it's gold, and we're like, we want more Austin. Why don't give one? The reason why they don't give us more is because it could end up like DX, gets still as shit.
That's the thing. Like you gotta do it very easily. Like this is a very interesting time for WWE because they do like 2 things beautifully and then like 50 things wrong.
Until we find you, drag you back in here,
Nothing's
and beat
changed.
you, and let all the people know exactly what The Rock and the nation thinks about you. And as a matter of fact, you've got exactly 59 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, so they're queuing us into the second hour. All right, tune into the second hour, guys, because we got something for you. We can't really time this now, though, to see how accurate it is. But, oh god, I gotta stomach this match. Shamrock.
I never knew
showing
my
up
father.
camera? What the fuck?
All my life, I fought to survive.
Why did they
Banned
show
cars,
this promo
cardboard boxes.
for before he
Mine.
fought Shawn?
I became the ultimate fighter.
Because this kind of, like, he came up from nothing, and then, like, he's this fucking ultimate badass.
I can't ever quit.
It's a good promo.
It's great. I'm loving this. Like, what the fuck? This is a champion promo right here.
It's an attitude promo.
But, like,
Dude love.
oh, fuck.
Whoa.
He's over.
I wonder who pitched the triple threat ideal. Is this like a Mick thing? Or?
It had to have been a Mick thing because he created Dude Love, and of course Cactus Jack was his gimmick from WCW.
I remember seeing Cactus Jack matches in WCW, and I was like, this guy's great. How is he not dead? Even as a kid, I would be like, who kills himself? What the fuck? Is he wrestling Road Dogg now?
Yeah. Oh,
Good God. And the shittiest leg drop in the world.
Yeah.
you know, Bret Hart had said that Mick has the best psychology in the wrestling business because of one, Mankind's gimmick, but two, the fact that he's pulling off 3, sometimes 4 gimmicks all at once.
Yeah, well, like wrestling psychology or in-ring psychology?
Both.
In-ring psychology is shit.
Both. Like
in-ring psychology is I'm gonna just get my ass beat and kill myself for 20 minutes and then see if I can snake off a win. Their gimmick is fucking South Park.
South Park was over.
At this time, I think WWE was going up head-to-head with South Park at every retailer for their merchandise.
Yeah, that's right. No. You actually make it. So why are they wearing their shit and promoting them?
Because it's popular and they want to look like they're hip, right?
Their attire is awful.
Dr. Evil, I'm hip. I'm cool.
Cocky and arrogant.
So Road
Oh,
Dogg
God.
Jesse James now set to
Austin
go.
Power fan.
Lock up with Dude Love. Dude Love trying to make it 2 in a row.
These are
against
your
the
tag team
WWE
champions,
Tag
by
Team
the way.
Champions. He defeated,
Such
BA
esteemed
Billy Gunn
champions
last week on Raw.
that in the
This week he
division
gets
that
a
they're
chance to take
constantly
on the Road
defending
Dogg
their
Jesse
titles
James
and proving
and
their
Mr.
worth
Gunn
as
now
champions.
joining us for
Where's David?
commentary.
David, you son of a bitch. This is your favorite tag team of all time. They're not even wrestling as a tag team.
So these ratings
Gotta get David on here.
Billy, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I want to get him on for the WrestleMania at least. I think that would be a fun show to do with him.
Yeah.
I think
We
WrestleMania.
should try to
we
hit
gotta
him
do
up
something-
if we
we gotta
had
do something
someone
big.
not on the show.
Let's get Vince Russo on here. You
He
son of a
probably
bitch!
do
Have
it.
been making fun of
If
me.
we could get Vince
all
Russo
week.
on here, that would be amazing.
You guys, every week you try and talk like me, and this is not what I wrote. I didn't write that. I only wrote the good stuff.
Everything good Austin did was me.
Called a lot of names, but it looks like the most appropriate name for you guys are the New Age Outlaws.
I mean,
He's just petty enough to
I
do
really
that.
want to ask you about the New Age Outlaws. Could
Once
you
in
like just
your
please
life,
shit on them
you
for an
probably
hour?
got a
That'd make
good
my
idea
day.
there. I kind of like that New Age Outlaws thing. I'm glad I came up with that.
Is that
We should
fucking
try to get him
funny?
for the Brawl for All stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Because we
god.
know that was his.
Doesn't he have his own like podcast or thing that he's
Yeah.
doing?
Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
he does.
he's got about, I don't know, anywhere from 100 to 150,000 subscribers and viewers that watch his stuff. But he always does response stuff. Like when Bruce Pritchard talked about him, he would go on like a 2-hour tirade about how Bruce Pritchard was wrong about this and wrong about that. Like he's just, it's pretty crazy though. That's why I'm like, if he watches us, I wouldn't put it past him to go, so I was watching these four jabronis, the dudes with attitude.
Oh god, we're nobodies though. Like
I know.
if we get like,
Well, nobody.
if we get like 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, maybe I could see him doing that. But like everybody makes fun of Russo, so like we're just another yahoos on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
In his defense, we're not really making fun of him, but we're just making fun of the situation that I imagine he put the wrestlers in.
Or just making fun of his accent and the fact that he was the head writer at the time, and we can pin anything on him right up until he leaves.
Which sucks. We only got like less than 2 years left with Russo now. It's not going to be as fun.
Well, it's going to take us a while to get there. So
I mean, it will, but
Oh yeah, because we're only doing one show a week.
yeah,
Wait until we get to SmackDown.
In my infinite hope, I wish that he watches and comment. That would be the one thing I would get out of this. If he comments on us before we're out of the Vince Russo era, because I'd love to see if we bring him on a show to do one of the episodes he wrote before he left.
or just any episode, really. That'd be hilarious.
Oh no, that'd be great. Like, look how shitty this show is without Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Who wants to see 4 McMahons in every corner in a WrestleMania? What a dumb idea. I'm going to have Jeff Jarrett lay down for Hulk Hogan. That's a brilliant idea. Everybody's going to love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's fixing to get
Can we
something he
please
doesn't
talk,
want a whole
just change the
bunch of bad
subject
all
again? I
over
don't
him.
want to have to sit through this
See,
match.
that's what I'm
This
talking
is
about. You got nobody
so
here that's any
fucking
good
bad.
because they got to come down here and cheat. I'm just sitting here minding my own
If
business.
Dude
trying to
Love
do a
beats
little
him
commentary. This
again
guy's over here
clean,
trying to jump me.
what the fuck? Like, what's the point? I know you're supposed to put Dude Love over because he's supposed to be a big deal, but like, you don't need to sacrifice your tag team champ. What was the point of putting the belt on these guys if they're not going to be wrestling as a tag team?
The metamorphosis back to mankind.
I mean, imagine the Uso brothers that would never, or Stardust. I don't know WWF's tag team division currently, but can you just imagine them just being separated?
Dude Love setting him up now for some sweet shit music. He got it down. All right.
Oh shit! Are we gonna get number 2? Your fucking tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen, defeated clean on a house fucking TV show. Oh, this is what they came here for, to hit him in the fucking head with another chair. Oh, okay, he blocked it. Alright, I was gonna say, please don't crack his skull again. Like, oh shit, the double clothesline. How does Mick Foley not have hip problems? That
he
spot
does.
looked like it hurts every time.
Massive hip issues. Ow.
Oh shit. Oh wait, they're gonna do something fucked up to him, I think.
The Road Dogg and Billy Gunn pounding away at Dude Love, reminiscent of what we saw last week.
Boy, this can get ugly in a
What?
hurry
Oh,
right
yep.
here.
Here it is. That famous
Look out
spot.
now.
Oh, no.
What the hell? I
Dude's
thought the
flying
noise was
right on
loud.
it.
I could remember
That's
the
Dude
noise
Birdie.
being real loud. Did they like tone it down or something?
Oh. Big boot by Road
Oh
Dogg.
shit. Oh shit, here it is.
Looks like they're trying to push him off the edge. That's about an 8-foot drop there.
Oh
And
no.
Dude's fighting for his life against the WWF Tag
What are the
Champions.
fans chanting? The fucking good tag team's name?
The crowd calling for
Yep.
Legion of Doom.
Holy shit. Like the tag team that should be running your
is
fucking
in a lot of
division and
trouble. Wait a
selling your
minute.
tickets?
What's Road Dogg saying here?
No.
Oh shit.
Billy trying to throw
Oh my
Dude
God.
over the edge here. And Dude now knocking down
They're
the
doing a
Road
pretty
Dogg.
good job of teasing this.
Oh, no. B.A. caught him. Oh, no. DDT.
Oh, the world's
into that
shittiest
steel
DDT.
stage.
Hey, you're just in
Dude's head
time,
just
bro.
drilled into the staging.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe that'll separate
No, that's
these
alright. They're
men.
teasing the fucking drop here.
Officials coming out now.
Oh man.
Separate the fracas, get the
I just came back and saw the DDT, man. That was bad.
They did the double suplex, and I could remember. I thought I remembered the sound of that being a lot louder than it was. It was just like a.
Wait, oh no.
Oh!
Oh!
Fuck! He missed that table.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god!
That's
It didn't even
on
break.
three. Oh, the leg did. The one leg did.
Oh my
Well,
god!
that doesn't break a fall. That's gotta hurt.
Oh,
No shit, it gotta hurt. Even if it did break his fall, he's landing on a fucking wooden table. It's not a mattress.
I don't even think that was a wood table. I think that was a plastic table.
Or particle
We should
board.
take a commercial
it's
break
wood.
now.
No, that's the pressed sawdust stuff they use.
Oh, no. Oh, come on.
Guys, we need to get heat. Let's beat up the guy again. He's not even in the tag team division. That beat us both clean 2 weeks in a row.
Dude may be out cold.
Yeah, that'll show him.
I think the injuries do.
Look at this son of a bitch. Mick Foley putting people over since 1996.
That's the biggest story here. Dude Love is hurt. And he is
Well, I
hurt
guess
very badly.
this is his first step of putting members of DX over who don't deserve it.
Welcome back to Raw.
Well,
Brought to you this week
Because
by
next
the
comes
US
Triple
Army.
H.
For the Army Hyperlink,
Oh, that's right.
AOL site to
That's
find out
right.
where you can be all you can be.
Also by Tiger
Didn't he already
Electronics,
put over
makers
Triple H
of
by this
electronic
point?
laser tag.
Yeah,
He-
Mick
Triple H
Foley.
when he came to the ring in '97.
Mick Foley always wrestles the new WWF champion in the programs. He's the one that puts everybody over, which is weird because, like, I remember when he feuded with me when Austin first won the title. They're like, "You're gonna wrestle Dude Love." I'm like, "Fucking Dude Love? What? This guy's a jobber. Like, why is he wrestling this guy?" And then Rock wrestles him, and then you kind of see him as a contender. Like, oh, okay, that's kind of a pretty even match.
He gets over though.
Right,
The
no, he
Rock.
does. And then Triple H wrestles because Mick Foley's there to put their wrestler, put the champ over. That's what he's there for. Or he's there to put people. He's kind of in the.
I'll tell you something, those tag champions are gonna have
I don't know,
a
man.
fight.
I honestly, this has not been done before prior. This is really like the Mick Foley thing. Is they well, a case could be made for Ric Flair, but the difference between Ric Flair and Dude Love is that Ric Flair would put over the young challengers when he was champion. Dude Love was never a champion. He, or Mick Foley wasn't, at least at this point, when he was putting people over.
Keep you updated on Dude Love's medical situation.
Mark Henry's
Why'd they
debut.
give him fucking 90s WWF sex jazz music?
Strongest man here. Here's his record deadlift,
Holy shit.
935 pounds.
That's a lot of pounds.
United States Olympics,
No fucking
excuse me,
kidding.
beat the United States Olympic
That's
team
like
in
half of my
96 games in Atlanta,
ex-girlfriend.
but from there the transition to the
Only half?
circle. And it's been a very
Just half.
long road for Mark Henry to
You've
make
only
it
had
to this
one
point
girlfriend
here
your whole
tonight,
life.
JR.
Certainly has Mark
I've
Henry
had two.
broke his ankle in training. Has rehabbed the ankle. Has come
Two
back,
more than
got
Brett.
himself in great shape.
I've had three.
Oh.
He's still very inexperienced.
I'm just
He's gonna make
teasing.
some
Brett's a
rookie
ladies'
mistakes, no
man.
doubt about that. But when you are the
I only
world's
had
I
strongest
thought we
man,
called them
you're able to
trans.
overcome a lot of those mental barriers.
What?
The
You said you're a lady, man.
Ladies. Ladies.
Oh, ladies.
Did add the S on the end.
Oh my God, they're getting a jobber match on Raw. You gotta get Mark Henry over by going over the fucking brawler.
That's Vince
How
Russo
is
written all
Coco
over it.
Beware in the Hall of Fame, but the brawler isn't? This guy put
Seriously.
over more wrestlers than anybody in their life or career.
Well, he wrestled and he's a producer, so he just goes out there and says, "Okay, this is how you run the ropes, man. Like this is how you build heat." He's training.
I don't know if
with
it's coming up to it or afterwards, but I remember when they gave Austin the brawler as his tag partner. He's like, "Me, Austin, want to be a partner," and he beats the shit out of him backstage.
There's gonna be a lot
It's
of
a great
moments.
spot, but like I think it's before the. I think it's before. No, I don't know. I think McMahon does it, so I'm hoping we get to that. That's a great fucking scene. What was Henry's move always the world's strongest slam, or do you have something different?
No, I think it was always the world's strongest slam.
Look how lean this
Wasn't always called
motherfucker
that.
looks.
Look out, bear hug. Bear hug on the brawler from Mark Henry. The world's strongest man has
No
those
way.
huge arms.
Brawler's gonna tap to this.
Of the brawler, and that's it.
Brett, you are wrong, my friend. What did I expect? Asking you a trivia question. Obviously, you would not know the answer.
He's been very impressive. Very impressive.
Never watched Raw. I didn't have cable.
I literally asked you, has this finisher always been the world's strongest slam? Yes, he's always had that finisher.
Or I know.
Wait, you got a computer in front of you. Wikipedia.
You know what? This should be the fucking program of like DX talking shit about the Hart Foundation, being like Owen Hart's a cheap shot, and Owen Hart just like he's doing, beating his ass, coming out there and whatnot.
That's really what should have been the WWE title match at Royal Rumble. Should
Yeah.
have been Hart, Shawn Michaels.
And they would have put on a fucking clinic. Because those guys' in-ring work is really, really good.
So he puts him with Taker, who in ring can do some cool spots, but is not on the caliber of Owen Hart.
No.
Well, we all know the reason they did the Taker Michaels thing was because of the Taker Kane thing.
Yeah. Kane's got to take so much away from him, right? Take his take a title away from him.
Uh-oh.
Looks
We
like
at the halfway point?
Yeah, we're almost there. I was hoping it'd go on longer before then, but we might have to go to our break early. But it makes sense. We've had only 2 matches on Raw and a promo and a half, so we're almost halfway through the show. We're like 2 minutes from the halfway mark.
Owen Hart is back, but the question remains: when will he strike again? Reports have it he is here.
You know what?
tonight
Like for a
in the
guy
Red
not
Force
cutting
Center
programs
in
right now, this is a
Durham,
hot
New
feud.
Hampshire. Thanks for joining us,
Yeah, I mean, all they have to do is say Owen might be here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like the first hour is done, guys. Oh shit! What a way to come up next. So as we're signing off for the first hour, guys, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the second hour. So yeah, let's just take a quick one. This word from our non-sponsors, and we'll see you guys in the next hour. All right, we are coming back for the second hour, guys. Warzone. Raw is dead, and now we're in the war
The
zone.
World Wrestling Federation, the worldwide leader in sports entertainment.
Isn't that libel what they just said? The worldwide leader in sports entertainment? They were not at this point. Not even close.
What justifies leader?
And
Right.
what justifies sports entertainment?
Exactly, right? Like, that's the thing.
You know,
Believe
yeah,
me.
WCW didn't call themselves sports entertainment.
No, they did not.
I think Scott Hall said it best that WCW was a television company that produced wrestling, and WWF was a wrestling company that produced television.
What does Scott Hall know? He still believes the Montreal Screwdrops will work.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yo, we've already talked about it like every episode.
The dude's like the flat earther of the fucking wrestling world. Him and apparently AJ Styles is a flat earther.
Yeah, AJ Styles is a flat earther.
He's a flat earther.
It was like, you think the first flag? I think there's flag, but I just think there's some questions that need to be asked.
Oh god. Oh, here comes Vince.
Oh boy, we're starting with McMahon. Oh boy. So, we're gonna get the DX match. Is that gonna be the main event tonight?
PJ Carlissimo situation right here. Who?
Mr. McMahon, Vince's #1 fan. That's not the first Vince sign I've seen. Where I didn't think people were pro Vince this stage or at all.
Here tonight. You've been spotted.
The crowd's looking lively. There's less and less empty seats.
It's a smaller arena in New Hampshire, but still, it's the Northeast. They're gonna sell some tickets.
And I must inform
Yeah,
you
there's no fucking second level now that I think about it.
Yeah, this is like a 5,000 seat arena, I think.
Oh shit, man.
as of late.
McMahon's turning into Fire Marshal Bill with all his fan safety business.
You've been crawling over ringside fans coming into the ring, interfering.
Oh, and
We kicked
with Shawn Michaels'
DX's asses.
Wow.
Shawn Michaels,
Every one of them in a
just
wife
you were
beater.
endangering the safety of ringside fans by coming in and coming out.
There's a Vader sign. Vader is over. Just broke your head. What the heck? I kicked your head out of your head, Sean.
To the World Wrestling Federation, and as such, I'm ordering you to appear in.
I don't think they were ever going to put Owen
right
over because of the
now.
Bret Hart situation. Owen
He was
was
just-
always going to be a mid
Didn't need to
carder.
put him over, but
I believe I would report for
Well, the
duty
plan
if
for
Owen
Owen was
was here.
work out his contract and go do something else.
Owen wanted to make enough money to retire. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't care
Yeah.
about the wrestling business like
it's a
Bret
true
did.
story.
Well, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
But like, man, what a cool gimmick he has right now.
They could do anything with him at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm worried right now. I wonder if this is what kills his push, because Owen wasn't the best talker. He was a great talker when he was against Bret because the feud was so good. But without him, it's like, this is... I'm a little nervous here.
I don't know if they
Heel
should have
Owen
done
was
this.
always a good talker.
I don't know if they should have done this. If Owen's coming out and defying the rules and beating the heck out of you, what he should do is come out there and beat the hell out of McMahon.
Right, like, the thing is, like, why are you bringing him out here right now? Like, his thing is, like, I don't give a shit about you, McMahon, or... You should beat the shit out of McMahon, because McMahon was the one who screwed his brother.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think they're saving that for Austin. You can't steal Austin's heat, because there's no way Owen shirts are going to sell more than Austin shirts.
Who do I think I am? Who the hell do you think you are? You won't think I owe you an apology?
Oh, shit.
I don't owe you a thing.
What
I'm
the
sick
fuck?
and tired of trying to please everybody else around here, and the stops right here.
What the fuck? All right,
Wow.
Owen.
This is just showing me more
There you
and more
go.
that it
I
should have
am
been Owen and
impressed, sir.
Sean.
That's a money feud right now. Owen is hot.
Now,
'Cause he's
my
legit
brother,
hot.
Brett and Neidhart and Bulldog,
Back up,
they
Mishy.
did
Come on.
what they had to do, and now it's time for me to do what I have to do, and that is remain right here in the World Wrestling Federation.
I think they did give him a lot of money
I
to stay
spent
too.
9 years
Why?
breaking my back day after day
He was
Why
a
would they-
worker.
to earn a reputation in this company.
Yeah, and like Angela
And
said, he
nobody,
was just in it to make enough
and I
money to
mean
retire and
is gonna
live
run me out of
comfortably.
this company,
No, he
and
wasn't.
you know exactly
Wasn't Brett.
who I'm
No,
talking
he liked the
about.
business, but he didn't love the business.
Oh, yeah. I have a real good idea who you're talking about. You're talking about self-professed showstopper, right? You're talking about the icon. You're talking about the WWF champion, Shawn
should
Michaels.
cut him off
and isn't
right
that
here.
really what it's all
And be
about?
like, no,
Owen?
I'm talking about you, McMahon.
Isn't that what
You're
this
the
whole
problem
thing's all
here.
about?
You're the
You
one, yada, yada, yada.
attempting to gain the
Give him
only
a title
title
shot,
that's
yes.
eluded you in your career here. It's all
Anybody,
about
right
the
now, he's the
WWF
only
title,
one that would
isn't it?
put Shawn through a good program
How
right now.
stupid are you? Is that what you think this is about? You think I give a damn about a worthless title? A piece of leather with tin on it?
Oh, shit.
Real life, Vince. This
Yep.
is real life. My reputation, my respect, my dignity.
I take it back. This promo is
Man,
awesome.
Don't you
Yeah.
get me wrong. I'm not asking you. I am telling you exactly what I am going to do. And that is...
Fuck me,
He's
man.
over.
Holy
over.
shit.
And that is make Shawn Michaels' life a living hell.
Beautiful.
That's
That's important.
God.
This is what you call a feud that came out of nowhere.
You can call me the sole survivor. You can call me the black sheep. I really don't give a
Damn.
Damn. I guess they're letting him go nuts with the swears because it's taped.
This is not a game. This is real life. And you started it. And now it's time for this little nugget to end it.
Why does
Called
no
him
one
Salad
talk
Nugget.
about this fucking promo? This was gold. All the shit we've seen so far has been like practical garbage except for the Austin stuff.
I believe we have some uniformed security.
What the fuck?
I'd like to ask to come to the ring.
This felt legit. Like, this felt like a shoot. Like,
Well, it kind of is. Like, he's legit hot at McMahon. He's probably pissed off at Shawn. It's legit. That's why that promo was so good.
Not in danger to safety.
you know, like I said, I was nervous about it because I'm not used to Owen Hart cutting good promos, and I know kind of where he goes from here. But fuck me, this was great. Like, now I want it even more, and it makes me upset that we never get it.
You're going to compete in this ring next week, just
What the
like
hell?
every other WWF superstar. You're not going to run over any more ringside fans, all right?
Oh, they're gonna have him wrestle.
Look, that's every cop in New Hampshire.
That's how you get a guy like him over. You send the cops on him. You
Oh my
cuff him
God.
up.
They are testing the Austin feud on fucking Owen Hart. They're beta-ing it. Think about it.
It's
How
a
many
beta test, yeah.
How many times have wrestlers gotten arrested before this in the ring? Austin's been escorted out,
Yeah.
but never cops and all that shit. This is fucking good heat. What's he gonna do? Oh shit!
There you go.
Oh fuck! That was what the fuck?
Just to prove he could do it.
Now you've built up McMahon, and you've built up Owen. This is
What
good
the-
stuff.
In the motherfucking hell did they not do anything with this? Listen to the crowd. He's over.
Yeah.
He is like your top two babyface right now.
Yeah, he was.
Him and Austin.
Absolutely, he really, yeah. It was him and Austin.
The only people that get bigger pops than that is Austin and sometimes LOD. That's it.
He's got a purpose, and he's going to carry that purpose out.
What a great now I'm mad. This upsets me.
Yeah.
Because I know where this goes, and fucking McMahon, I want...
But that doesn't guarantee that we will not see
Why? I don't get it. This would have sold fucking tickets. Not... By the way, Taker, you're now the #1 contender against Shawn in a casket match out of nowhere.
Well, if Austin's not around, then they could have took the ball and run with it with Owen, but Austin's around and he's got a little bit more charisma than Owen, and it was the right place, right? There's just a right
Yes.
thing, wrong time. Yes, Vero.
Yes. Yes. What I've been waiting
I
for.
think that's part of the reason they had Owen go after Hunter for the time that Austin went after.
But what a transitional fucking heat thing, though. What they should have done was they should have had Taker wrestle Jarrett in the casket match at the Rumble. look, your match didn't end properly. You're going to wrestle in a casket match now. And then it could end the same way. Jarrett gets over. He gets his heat. Taker gets burnt, the casket burnt or whatever. Kane gets his heat, and the program transitions. And then it should have been Owen versus Michaels at Rumble. Would have been a great fucking program.
Oh, here comes the Sultan with the Iron Sheik.
All right, this is cultural appropriation, and I am very upset.
It's Rikishi.
Against Tom Brady.
He looks like a patriot.
Have you guys seen what Tom Brady looks like now?
No, God.
He looks like a member of Gotti's crew.
Who?
He looks like a member of like an old Italian greaseball.
Is he super plump?
Well, he looks like an old Italian dad. Like that's just the way he looks.
Isn't this Fatu?
Yeah, it's Fatu.
Rikishi.
Why did they put like why was Savio Vega Quang? Why is he the Sultan? It's like it's not their heritage.
People who can't talk. You put him in a mask. You give him a manager, and
well, Iron Sheik can cut promos. We all know that.
Oh, Iron Sheik cut the brick promo. I break his ass. Fuck his ass. Make him humble.
Have you seen his Howard Stern stuff?
No.
Oh, dude, no. his like so what they do is Macho Man's dead, but what they do is they get a guy who looks like Macho Man or dresses like him and talks like him, and they say, "Oh, Macho Man's called you in," and Macho Man will call in and go, "Ooh yeah, brother, I'm gonna pimp slap you like I did in Detroit in 1986," and Sheik just goes nuts like, "Fuck you! You don't respect me. You drink my beer and smoke my marijuana, and you never buy nothing."
This here fucking Macho Man. Go fuck a Stephanie when she's 12 again, you motherfucker. Like, this guy accidentally reveals big WWF secrets and scandals when he's mad.
Did he really say that?
No, he never said that. But like the fact that he said that and you bought it means that's his fucking gimmick.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, that's
you
what
don't
I'd
tell
like to get
this
on
man
here.
secrets.
Get Iron Sheik on here to do a show with us.
Oh my god.
The greatest Iron Sheik story is the Marty Jannetty story. You've heard that one, right, Brett?
No, I don't think I have.
You gotta go watch after this. We gotta show you the YouTube clip. It is fucking gold.
Well, since this match isn't too interesting, I could probably tell Brett this story. So Marty Jannetty is in I think Iowa, and he has a regular chick there that he used to fuck, but there's this new chick that he's hanging out with. So he tells Sheik, "Hey, look after my old chick, and I'm gonna just go up to my room and talk to this new chick." And Sheik's like, "Oh, anything for you." And he's up there having a good time with his girl, right? Marty is, and all of a sudden he gets a knock on his door, and it's the police. And he's like, "Hey, man, do you know where the Iron Sheik is? You know, do you know what room
his real name?" And
yeah, he's like, "I don't know his real name." And so he's like, he knew exactly where his room was. He gets out and he sees like the cubby way, and there's a police and an ambulance, and the girl that he had left the Iron Sheik with is being wheeled out in a gurney. Yeah, and all of a sudden he runs over to Iron Sheik's room. He's like, "Sheik, what happened?" And he goes,
Mati, come in.
Let me explain to you. Take it easy. So you asked me to take care of girl for you. I take care of girl for you. She says she asked for a drink. I give her a drink. And she say, "Oh, I don't feel too good." I give her some pain medication. Oh, she talk about being tired. I give her some powder. Wake her up, Mati. And then all of a sudden she go, "Oh, where Mati?" And no disrespect, Mati. I say, "Oh, fuck Mati. Oh, Mati give you liquor. Oh, Mati give you drinks. Oh, Mati give you coke. Oh, fuck Mati. You stupid bitch." And I give her short clothesline.
Short clothesline, Sheik. Like, why you do that for?
He's like, "Short clothesline." She's in a gurney, and she goes, "She move. She not know how to work."
She don't know how to work.
The Sultan gets beaten by a roll-up.
Wow.
That's how you get a fucking star over, when you beat wrestlers with the roll-ups.
And the worst haircut known to man.
Wait.
Is he over?
Oh,
there he is.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
The best
Get
part
him,
of
Mark.
Raw is here,
Get
guys.
him, Mark.
He tried to punch the ref.
He did. Oh, he's wearing the silver trunks today.
Jesus Christ.
They're chanting Sable.
I know, man.
There.
Mark's so good at getting heat. He's like, he's throwing his hands. What a heel. He's like, yeah, I beat this guy's ass. Oh, he wound up. Oh,
He did wind up.
He
Well,
still
you
got
gotta
his
punch-
hands up.
If you're gonna punch somebody in the dick, wind up.
This guy, he's nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, time is up. We hope
Damn it.
Oh, Austin, here we go.
Has it been 59 minutes and 30 seconds? Do we get the counter?
Welcome back to the War Zone. 1-800-COLLECT proudly
We didn't have
presents the
commercials,
WWF
but
Royal Rumble. It's live. Sunday,
close to
January
that?
the 18th from San Jose, California. 1-800
I might be a traditionalist, but I always loved the classic Royal Rumble logo, the real cheesy 80s, early 90s style.
I love that
Yeah.
logo.
He did
I-
like that logo.
The early 90s logos are still near and dear to my heart. Like the SummerSlam logo, the old school Survivor Series logo.
The WrestleMania logo, man. Come on. That shit
That
is
is the
money.
best.
Yeah. Well, what I love is the remember, you know how they used to do the old school Raws every now and then, where they'd have the old school music.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do it
Yeah.
about once a year now.
Steve Austin attack WWF announcers.
No.
Jesus.
Oh,
I love when he does the alternating fucking flips. Oh. God, Vince does not know how to take a stunner to save his life.
that one, no.
Of you WWF fans by driving his
So this is the second time in a row he's had to come out and admonish one of his workers.
and all the way down to the ring.
Why don't you just fire him? Like, fuck you, you're fired.
I know.
What would that-
At
Well,
least, like, later on, WWF can blame it on, oh, you know, we're a public company and the board said they're not going to fire you.
Yeah.
Good God. How much would you...
At this point, they weren't public company though. They were
No, I
still
know. It's
private.
like, you're right. That's why you'd be like, I'm going to fire you.
Demanding
Yeah.
that Stone
Which
Cold
may or may not come into play later.
the Intercontinental Championship against
Oh, this is just a video package from last week.
that some of you feel as though he is
Why are they doing this? This is such a WCW move where they pad their 3 hours with just clips of the last week's show.
Maybe they just don't know how to fill it. I blame Russo for that one.
I decided, Vince, that I ain't gonna wrestle because I done whipped his ass once. I will not do it tonight.
Steve Austin's refusal to acquiesce to Vince McMahon's demands forced the owner's
Owner's
hand.
Ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
a
would have
big
a
word for that
forest.
fucking redneck.
Right?
Now, this is a shocker.
I'll know we're doing a good show if Jim Cornette ever admonishes us. That means we're doing something right.
Good point.
Those four
Very good
yahoos.
Don't
God
know nothing
damn.
about wrestling, never been in the business, never done anything. Sitting here talking shit. Let's see you get in the ring.
Motherfucker. God damn.
All you got to do is tune in next week. Same Stone Cold.
I love,
Same
I do
Stone
love,
Cold channel.
what's his name? Bruce Pritchard. Ever since I started watching his podcast and listening to the way like his thought process, I know he's full of shit half the time. But it's nice to see Conrad not fall for it.
Yes, Conrad is probably one of the best podcast hosts I think ever. Like he just, especially with Bischoff, like he knows how to get the most out of his guys that he's working with.
You're not gonna put the title on him because he got a fucking tan? Are you fucking kidding me? He got heat for that. I was like,
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, you were there, all right, driving into a fucking ditch. Look at this, McMahon's taking his jacket off and everything.
Okay. According to the Rock's Rolex,
Rox Rolex.
Steve Austin, your time is up.
That's the way to get heat.
judging by the simple fact that your sorry carcass isn't out here delivering what's rightfully the Rock's, and that's the Intercontinental Belt.
I still love that he
It
talks
just goes
in
to
the third
show
person.
that
Like,
you're as gutless
Yeah.
as can be. So now, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you've managed to do something that you shouldn't have done.
I'm really excited
And
for
that
his
pissed The
TV
Rock
show to
off.
come back next
So
month.
now The Rock and the Nation are coming
Yeah.
to get my Intercontinental Belt. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful night. You got the moon shining right up there.
Oh yes, this is the week. I knew it. I remember. Oh, I remember watching this on the video when you used to record Raws at night, and I'd rewatch it on Tuesday afternoons.
I did just that.
Yep, because I would wake up early in the morning and watch them, and then like, here you go, here's the tape.
I got a few things that I'm gonna give you first. If you're gonna find it, you're gonna need a few objects. You're gonna need your little mask so that you can see under the water. The regulator, because you're gonna have to go deep. So I got you a little oxygen tank.
I wonder if this is how The Rock got the inspiration for the John Cena promo.
There the damn thing is.
The John Cena Garden Gnome.
Oh, that was a good promo.
Swim worth a damn either. Here's a cell phone. When you find the damn thing.
This might have been a Russo thing. All right, Austin, you gotta throw the belt in the river. You gotta tell The Rock to go fuck himself.
Pager. He took the pager.
Oh god, so where's my pager? And Rock's selling it, man.
But I really don't give a damn about you or the WWF, so I'll see you a little bit later.
Oh, my.
Oh, and he legit threw it.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
he did.
wonder.
Yeah,
I
legit to
wonder
the
if it's
belt.
down there still.
It might be. It might have been a replica.
I mean, of course it is. They never actually show it on camera up front.
Well, Austin has done it again. He's defied authority. The Intercontinental title is sleeping with the fishes tonight. And Rocky's
Leave it
got
with
a
the
good swim
fishes.
in front of him if he ever expects to get it back.
It's that special time of year.
Oh,
a time
boy.
to put aside petty differences and show our love for one another.
Oh,
A time
my
to
God.
foster goodwill toward man and spread holiday
This is
cheer.
awesome.
The World Wrestling Federation extends season's greetings on a special Christmas edition of Raw. Next
Oh,
Monday on
I
USA.
remember one segment of that show. I thought it was going to be the last show of the year. I didn't know it was going to be this show.
Headbangers.
Good
The official
God.
WWF
I forgot they had face paint.
with bone-crunching action.
They were there last week getting their ass kicked. You don't remember?
Oh, that's right. Sorry, these weeks, they fly by, man.
Featuring title belts only at Toys R Us.
Well, folks, let's take you back to what happened just moments ago when Stone Cold threw away the
WWF
Intercontinental
fans don't have Nielsen boxes. That's a good sign. I like that.
Well, tonight, son, if you want to find it, I got a few things that I'm gonna give you first. If you're gonna find
We're
it, you're
rewatching
gonna need
this
a few
fucking
objects.
thing
You're gonna
after the
need-
commercial.
You're gonna need your
Come
little mask
on.
so that you
Yeah,
can
'cause
see
it was
under the
fucking
water.
dope.
You're gonna need your little snorkel. Hell, son, you might even need a regulator because you're gonna have to go deep. So I got you a little oxygen
See, you're
tank.
still
I
laughing.
really doubt there's any oxygen in the damn thing, but nonetheless,
I mean, it's a good
there-
promo,
there's
but
the
it's like
thing
Austin's
is,
hilarious.
I'll tell you what, Rock, take your little flippers because you probably can't swim worth a damn either.
Wait for the damn pager.
Here's a cell phone. When you find the damn thing, dial my number. And here's a pager. When you dial me, tell me you found your little
Look at his face.
Give me a big thumbs up. Rock, you're the biggest piece of trash I ever saw. It hurts me to do this, but I really don't give a damn about you or the WWF. So
That
I'll
looks
see you a
cold
little
as
bit later.
shit.
Oh, my.
It's New Hampshire in December.
That's a good throw, though. Look how far it fucking went.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the 316 said so. You piece
Oh.
of trash.
Well, what else is going to happen here tonight on the War Zone? Who knows? But now let's take you.
I feel like that'd be a good thing to show if this was the live show, but because it's a taped show, they may have cut matches and stuff that weren't good enough.
Probably.
It has been said that anything can happen here in the World Wrestling
What the
Federation, but now
fuck?
more than ever, truer words have never been spoken.
Is this the
It's a conscious
promo?
effort on our part
The
to
Attitude
open
promo?
the creative envelope, so to speak, in order to entertain you in a more contemporary manner.
I think it is.
Even though we call ourselves sports entertainment because of the athleticism involved, the key word in that phrase is entertainment. The WWF extends far beyond
He's
the
gonna
strict
tell you it's
confines
not
of
real.
sports presentation into
He's
the
gonna
wide
say
open
he's
environment
predetermined. He's
of
gonna call it
broad-based
entertainment. He
We
should
borrow
be
from such
shot.
program niches like
Yeah.
soap operas, like The Days of Our Lives, or music videos such as those on MTV, daytime talk shows like Jerry Springer and others, cartoons like The King of the Hill on Fox, sitcoms like Seinfeld,
fuck?
and other widely accepted forms of television entertainment. We in the WWF think that you, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted. We also think that you're tired of the same old simplistic
Why is he still
theory of good guys
insult our
versus
intelligence
bad
to this
guys.
day then?
Surely
know.
the era of the superhero who urge you to say your prayers and take your vitamins is
Oh, that was a shot.
passé.
Meanwhile,
Or
8
we've
years
embarked
later,
upon
we're
a
going to go
far
right
more
back to that
innovative
with
and
John
contemporary
Cena.
creative campaign
Yeah,
that is
right.
far more invigorating and extemporaneous than
Fuck
ever
you,
before.
Vince.
However, due to the live nature of Raw and the War Zone, we encourage some degree of parental discretion as relates to the younger audience allowed to stay up late.
What is
Other
this promo
WWF programs
doing?
on USA, such as Saturday Morning Live Wire and Sunday Morning Superstars, where there's a 40% increase in the younger audience, obviously, however, need no such discretion. We are responsible television producers who work hard to bring you this
Why
outrageous,
the fuck are
wacky,
they airing this on the
wonderful
show?
world
I
known
would
as the
change the fucking
WWF.
channel.
I
For
would
some
too.
50 years, the World Wrestling Federation has been an entertainment
What were
mainstay
the
here
ratings
in
for
North
this show?
America and all over the world. One of the reasons for that
Let me look.
longevity is as the times have changed, so have we. I'm happy to say that this new, vibrant, creative direction has resulted in a huge increase in television viewership.
Huge.
for
That's
which we
why
thank
Vince loves
USA Network
Donald
and
Trump so
TSN
much. They say
for
huge
allowing
the
us to
same
have
way.
the creative freedom.
It
Most
actually went
especially,
down to a
we'd like to thank
2.7 this
you
week.
for watching.
Oh,
was
yeah,
three-
this
Raw and
promo
the War
killed it,
Zone are
Vince.
definitely the cure.
Well, this is the promo where he literally says we're done with the black and white stuff.
It feels like they've been done with it for a while, though. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Yes, they've been done with it for a while, but now they're like finally acknowledging that they're going in this direction,
But
like
like,
permanently.
I think they're trying to convince viewers who'd be on the fence, hey guys, we're gonna do something different. I have never been a tell me, dude, show me that you're changed. Don't tell me that you're gonna change. Show it to me. WCW didn't come out and go, by the way, guys, we're gonna shake things up here and have a one company versus another company. Stay tuned. They just did it.
Is that what extemporaneous means? I'm still sweating with that one a little bit.
What the hell is Los Sprinkles doing here?
Probably wrestling DOA again.
That's Blackman's. God, we haven't seen him since Survivor Series.
That's true.
Well, he's got to go over a job, or at least it won't be the brawler.
Third-degree black belt who owns a martial arts academy.
I just remember the Blackman Shamrock feud.
That was a good feud.
Was.
So was Owen and Shamrock. I remember those.
Yeah.
The Lions Den match. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I was hyped for it.
This guy is an amazing athlete with tremendous flexibility.
Kind of feel bad for Blackman. He's built pretty well, but he's got no charisma, sadly.
Jose is attacking Steve Blackman, but I think the rest of the Boricuas have been sent to the shower.
What was the name of Blackman and Alsto's team again?
And cheese. And he would come out wearing the cheese and hate it. I'm like, why did you just take it off, you idiot? Like,
The only drawback that he has is inexperience in the world of the WWF. This guy
I feel bad. He was he's good buddies with Owen Hart, actually.
very nicely in the
Blackman
ultimate
or
fighting
Snow?
Blackman. He was actually going to be in WWF like 4 years before this. He would have been there in the New Generation era, which is kind of why his gimmick feels a lot like Karate Fighters-esque, like cartoonish, like he's just a dude who beats you with weapons and stuff. Because he got a really bad case of malaria, like an awful case that like deteriorated his muscles and his body. It took him 4 years to come back from it.
Recall, JR, I believe it was the day after Survivor Series when Steve Blackman represented.
But I always liked Blackman. I always thought Blackman was pretty, pretty good lower to mid card guy. Like he was entertaining to watch.
His feud with Al Snow is pretty good. The head cheese gimmick.
I like his feud with what's his name, Shane.
Oh, he had a good feud with Shane. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
His
to
run
watch.
as hardcore champion was pretty good too.
I mean, Blackman, I can see nothing good things about him. Except for that if Coco's in the Hall of Fame, then this fucker should be.
Right?
What the fuck?
That was quick.
He got him. And
His
he's
music is
over.
awesome. I love that shit.
Big holiday spectaculars coming up in Milwaukee, the Rosemont Horizon, Worcester, Mass, Hamilton, Ontario.
Jesus, he like pulled, like he knew, he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna kick this guy really hard. I better pull back. They need to give him a better finisher though for this for a guy this awesome.
Next, gentlemen, notwithstanding your tag match tonight, what are your thoughts on what Owen Hart had to say earlier?
Boy, oh boy, Owen Hart sure did seem to be mad at somebody, and that somebody was me. Well, Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels, it's not that hard to find. I'm the guy that sold all the gold around the waist of all your family members.
You know what, though?
Oh.
All right, you did rid the World Wrestling Federation of
That's
dread.
deep.
You did get rid of the Bulldog. And I did get rid of the Anvil.
Right.
Technically, wouldn't it be China's turn?
That's right, but you know what? The other World Wrestling Federation is afraid China will tear
Oh
him
my
apart.
God, there's
So it's going to have to be either you
China
or
smiling.
me. We'll settle it.
It's
like we settle
creepy as
every
fuck.
major decision
Yeah.
in our career.
That was.
Like, I
That
liked
was
her better
also the
when she
most
never
feminine
showed
I've
any
seen her look,
emotion.
though.
I got it. Owen Hart, you're in for a bad time. To Generation X, the cornerstone, Triple H is coming your way. And Road Warriors, we haven't forgot about you. We're going to tear you up. Oh, what a rush.
Well, it's a lot easier said than done.
Jesus. This is your WWF champion. Good God.
He's not doing good work at this point. He's really not.
He's
nailed it.
floundering. Laser tag slam of the week. What the fuck?
Hey, Shotgun Saturday
Saturday
Night.
Night.
That was my show.
I loved it when it was in like a club with like 50 people in that tiny ass ring.
What
and
the
Ahmed Johnson.
fuck?
Whoa!
Got him in a tombstone? Ugh. I don't know how Taker does it, man, but I freak out every time he does that tombstone. I know he doesn't say he's never injured a soul with it, but still. Ugh. Okay, we've got 14 minutes of show left. Is this the main event?
I think so.
Usually, I mean, from our history of this, matches don't last more than 5 to 6 minutes. It's rare that they go on any longer. And I could see it, like, I could see this being like the end show main event or whatever, but it just doesn't feel like it because they're always so short.
I mean, are they gonna go 14 minutes with the Road Warriors? I don't think so.
I mean,
some
they're not.
aftermatch
Road Warriors aren't
shenanigans.
really known for their putting on a catch cam style wrestling match. But
With 4 people, you can extend it, but I don't know. The Road Warriors are old at this point. I don't think they can do like the stuff they did with like the Demolition
they never
or.
worked very long matches anyways.
I
That's
know.
not how they worked.
Demolition, WWF's original Legion of Doom.
No. They weren't. It was Barbarian and the Warlord. They were packaged as the Legion of Doom ripoffs. They had almost the exact same look and haircuts. People want to rag
Really?
on Demolition, saying Demolition was an LOD ripoff. They were similar, but the true ripoff were Barbarian and Warlord. Look them up.
No, I agree. But it's pretty clear though that Demolition with their outfits and the face paint, like it's pretty clear.
No. They mimicked the style. Like, don't get me wrong. They weren't a carbon copy LOD though. People like to say they were a copy of LOD. No, they just took the style that was over and copied it.
I said they were WWF's version of Legion of Doom.
No, they weren't.
That was who they presented as. This is our top team. This is the team that.
Well, no. Look at Barbarian and Warlord. That's who they presented as their lead.
I mean, look-wise, yes, but Barbarian and Warlord didn't do shit. Let's be honest.
Yes, you're not wrong.
No, I like the Warlord
You
better
can't
when he
say
had
that
that
was the
fucking
copy
staff
and then say that
with
the
a
copy
W
was-
on it.
No. Yeah, I mean, they may have been the copy, but that was not the. It wasn't. They weren't the true like copy. Demolition was supposed to be Vince's version of Road Warriors. Let me put it that way. That was his version of Road Warriors.
I love Demolition though. They were one of my favorite tag
Oh,
teams of
me
the
too.
90s. Oh.
They're
So
such a
good.
good team. They always had great matches.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they-
worked pretty good. That was worked pretty good.
Barry Darso did say that Demolition was better wrestlers than LOD. They were more wrestling centered, while LOD was just two big powerhouse dudes.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
LOD didn't have to be good wrestlers. Their gimmick was come out there and beat the shit out of you. You wanted to watch people get. You see Hawk do a clothesline, you think he's going to tear someone's head off. You see Animal do a power slam, you think he's going to drive him through the ring. Oh boy. I never knew they wrestled, though. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually anxious to see what they do here because Michaels can bump, but
Oh, yeah.
he's also
Oh,
a heel.
shit.
So, oh shit!
And that's what I like about LOD and like Hawk and Animal. Oh man, this is my favorite tag team right here. It kills me to kind of see where they end up after this, but like, shit. That's why I like Animal. He doesn't like Hawk is the taunter, the shit talker. Like in the ring, he'll taunt you. Animal just like, oh, I will kill you.
Yeah, I will bust you up.
Yeah. I think I might remember what happens here.
And this is your champion selling for LOD.
I don't think Hawk is sweating your instructions, ref.
And Triple H now, we'll see if he can use his superior intellect and technique to mount some offense against Animal.
Well, he's got a better chance of matching him power for power, but still not too good of a chance. I'm going to make an observation about Michaels.
Another fucking bump shoulder tap. Fuck.
You called it. You called it.
But look, you're getting LOD. Oh, I mean, LOD really don't need to be put over, but like this sells them as badasses. Like, if there was a proper team to beat them, they would be shot to the moon right now. But they did it with fucking New Age Outlaws who don't deserve it, who can't work, who are nothing but stickmen that just talk okay on the mic.
In the degeneration next part of the ring.
Yeah, well, look at the psychology of this right now. They're gonna try and attack his arm. It's like, yeah, how do you beat up a big guy? Attack his arm.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Boom.
Oh, no!
Shit.
Boom.
You're not weaseling your way out of here.
Oh shit!
Here comes the master of the bump.
I gotta give Sean credit. If I were champion, I don't know if I'd be bumping for LOD right now. Like
Problem
this.
is, that's his fucking gimmick.
It is his
Bumping
gimmick,
like
yeah.
that.
You're
Which is
right.
why
But
seeing him as a champion was never a big thing. Like Shawn Michaels, the champion, he's not like he's a great technician in the ring or whatever, but I never saw him as someone who could beat a lot of people.
I mean, he's like Flair though. He just does the upside down turnbuckle, the elbow drop, and the super kick.
Well, no, I won't discredit him that much. Like I think he got better when he came back in 02. I think he put on way better matches.
Well, he was healthier, and he also understood, like, he was trying to go back to the wrestling. Like, he actually mentions that in a shoot interview in, like, 2000. He's like, yeah, I think wrestling needs to shy away from the Jerry Springer and go back to the wrestling.
And I think to his credit, Sean, when he wasn't in title programs, did so much better work because he could tell better stories that way. I feel like we're really bagging on Sean here because he's the champ and he's not doing anything with the belt. I think it'd be a better program for DX if he wasn't champion, but the problem is he's trying to draw heat for DX. And the only way you can do that is if you're the champion who's a chicken shit, who runs away, who acts the way he does, and all that stuff.
I mean, he's beating up the Hearts right now, but the thing is that him and Austin have a feud, right? Now, of course, he gets injured in January, which kind of expedites his departure, but him and Austin could have had a 6-month feud. Because he had a long feud with, like, look at the feud he's got right now with Taker. It started at SummerSlam, it ends in Royal Rumble.
Tell me you have not had a better program with Austin versus Hart than you would have Austin versus Shawn after Austin wins the belt.
After he wins the belt or before?
After.
No, before he wins the belt, it's a good feud.
No, because if, let's say Bret Hart stays in the company.
Oh, that would be a great feud.
Because I remember I said this in an earlier show. Austin, you beat a lot of people, but you've never beat Bret Hart. because he's never beat him. What a program that could have been between those two, and they put on fantastic matches.
Well, also Austin at this point is also injured, and is he going to put up that kind of a match with Brett? Can he do some of the stuff? I don't know. So maybe it was
you
just
make a good point. Didn't think it that way through, but just even from the storyline wise between those two, because the story they always put together has been great. Like just Austin disrespecting Brett. I don't care about you and your account. F you. I don't give a shit. I'm Austin. Why
they
should
still
I
would have
care?
had. No, I agree with you. I think they still would have had good matches, and I think the feud would have been hot. But yeah, it just would they have had the WrestleMania 13 match all over again? I don't know. That's just. Or even the Survivor Series 96 match, which was a more technical match.
They definitely wouldn't have been able to have replicated Survivor Series just because of Austin's
his neck.
injuries.
Yeah.
But
no,
if you
I
go back and you watch that match, he is so technically
what
sound.
if they did this? Because remember, Austin gets retired in '99, right, to heal his neck. What if they did that sooner with Brett? You put the belt on Brett at SummerSlam '98. That way Austin could recover and come back at WrestleMania to fight Brett for the title. Could you imagine that program where Austin finally conquers Brett in a match?
I mean, that would be money. I mean, that would have been WrestleMania 15 15.
Yeah.
But then what do you do with Rock though? Because Rock's in the picture, and I think Vince is kind of tired of Brett at this point.
Well, he's tired of. Well, he should be really tired of fucking Sean, because Sean was the one that put the company in the tank, not Brett.
Oh, I agree with you 1,000,000%. But at this point, like, I think it's pretty clear, like, Brett's days of working a program. Because I mean, look he can't even work a program with Sean without much controversy anymore.
It wasn't his fault though.
It wasn't his fault, but I mean,
I think the incidents with Sean is what soured Vince on Brett. That's it.
I agree. Yeah, you're absolutely, without a doubt, you're absolutely right.
If Sean didn't talk the shit to Brett that put Brett over the edge, fuck, he bumped like a boss for that power slam.
Well, I think you're right. I think that he took Sean's side and said, you know what, I'm done with Brett. And even if we know it would have been a good program, would he really put Brett in?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Oh shit, he's looking for Hawk.
Is this a Dusty
like a terror drop? Where is the ref? You see this shit?
I thought this happened.
Oh.
Wow.
They were out there Oh, this is the fucking shit.
Wow.
I think this is the last time we see them too, until WrestleMania.
Yeah, before they come back
right.
as
LOD 2000. Good God.
as
I was happy to
2000.
see him back, but I'm like,
I hated that part of like pop culture, like in the late 90s. Everything got better because you put 2000 in front of it. WrestleMania 2000.
oh God, that's a show I'm actually not looking forward to doing.
Really wasn't that good.
There's 2 good matches on that program, and that's it.
Remember WrestleMania All Day Long, the special they did?
I have the tapes of that somewhere.
You have the tape? Because what's
Mom,
a mom?
Well, at Mom and Dad's house. I don't know if they gave them away though.
Oh, they might have given them away.
But we used like 3 fucking cassette tapes to record that shit.
Yeah.
Man, this is history.
Oh, well.
Is this how they end the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically the end of the show.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's heat. Get DX over. It's not a bad way to get heat. Well, this is the precursor to when they all work together. Well, Sean's.
The thing is, the New Age Outlaws never joined DX until after Sean.
That's right, but this is like kind of.
Which is weird.
This was kind of like their
Here
beginning of their working arrangement.
Oh no.
This is when they started teaming together and doing more stuff together.
That is the first time I've seen them go through a table.
I mean, you put your top face tag team through a table and beat the shit out of them like that.
What you gotta do is make him come out of a box. Then they'll get over. That's how we did it in Smoky Mountain.
Fucking corny. What's his role in WWE right now other than announcer? Is he Has he got anything
Doesn't
on
have-
talent
oh.
program?
He's a producer and like on the creative team, but he's not like he's kind of low on the totem pole right now because Russo takes over in late '96 and becomes basically the second in command of the show.
Yeah, because it goes Vince,
Oh shit! The world's
Vince
lamest leg
McMahon,
drop.
Vince Russo. Then Cornette's kind of like a consultant.
Oh my god! He actually uses both legs. Wait, why is Hawk moving? He just got chloroformed.
Yeah.
Wrestling, guys. Oh shit! Where'd he get that foam?
Half of his mohawk has been shaved.
What are they doing with Hebner?
That's how you sell chloroform. Chew on some, take an Alka-Seltzer, bite down on it.
Oh my god. Well, you know, you have to put the heels up. You got to build them up for when the faces take them on. You don't have a good program unless the heels look strong, because your faces look much stronger afterwards. I think LOD was the sacrifice for this, which is a shame. It shouldn't have been that way, but
Well, they're also going to refresh him. I think that was maybe this is all planned. Vince does still think
but
ahead
like
here.
they don't need a refresh.
They
were
kind of
over.
do- Well, I think Vince wanted
The
to.
Attitude Era, the Legion of Doom they kind of did need a refresh.
But they were over.
But I think like they're still wearing the same stuff they wore in 1991. I mean,
But that's their gimmick. It's red and black. That's exactly what the Raw set was. Red and black.
well, we'll make it better though. Like maybe get better red and black. Like update the uniforms a little bit. Like
They both wear
That's
fucking
basically
short
what they did.
shorts. Because they put Hawk in that shit. I'm like, okay. Oh, well,
it's not a bad
honestly,
episode.
It wasn't the best one of the best ones we saw, but it kind of tapered down a little bit. I mean, I love the Owen promo. That surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
The
That was
Austin
really good.
stuff was funny. That was good. Matches were lame, forgettable.
Yeah, there wasn't a single match that was like, wow, I can't wait to see another one of those.
I think we talked through mostly all of them, which is
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
shame.
very much.
But I mean, that's this week's show. We're building up to something big. I mean, I know after WrestleMania, every Raw is going to be something special, and maybe I'm hyping it up in my mind, but I remember it that way.
Well, I also remember that these next Raws, once they build Austin to the Rumble, they get really good. So I'm really anxious to see like when it should start soon because the Rumble's in about a month, I think now from one.
January 18th, they said, which is weird because they're used to them being at the end of the month, and they're like doing it right in the middle.
Well, because the Super Bowl was in late January, like starting.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, this is weird kind of transitional space here. You see, like we were talking about some of the programs they could have done, like put Owen and Michaels in a feud right there. What if, like, as they're doing that stuff, Owen came out again and just beat the shit out of Michaels just to prove his point?
That would have been a great way.
It would have been good.
I mean, the heels would have still been over, and then you'd have more guys chasing Owen out, and then Owen would have less opportunities to do that. So now you're like, okay, it's tougher and tougher for Owen to come out there and do it. Like, even though you can kind of infer, like, well, Owen couldn't have come out there. There's 4 of them. Now usually like 3 of them out there. There's like, oh no, I'm sorry, China. So 5 of them now. There's usually just 3. So he can't do it. But like this way, do it once to show that he's having difficulty. Before, every time he'd beat the piss out of Michaels, get really good shots in. Have him come out, clothesline Michaels, and just punch him once, and then see the guys get on him and then take off. Like, okay, shit, I can't do this as well as I thought because now he's got bodyguards and stuff.
Yeah.
Just show us a little bit something. That it could have been money that way. Could have
Oh,
been.
I mean, if
money.
that was the direction they would have ended up going, then yes, it would have made complete sense
And
for
it's-
Owen to come out. Even if he did end up, getting beat up with LOD, at least, you keep that going. But
And in fucking stead, get a rock paper scissors match. Oh, Owen, I'm giving you to Hunter now. What
Yeah,
sense does that
so
fucking
stupid.
make?
It's
That
crazy to
was
see.
so dumb.
It's crazy to see them make these mistakes with great talent. It's like, I mean,
I mean, you can
what do
play
you do?
armchair quarterback all you want, and I know that's what what
That's
what's
what we
his
do
name,
here.
Bruce Pritchard likes to say. Well, that was a decision we made at the time. At the time, we thought that was the right move to make.
Well,
Honestly, like even
to me, that's
as we're
such a cop out
watching
when
it,
they say that stuff too. Like,
No,
oh,
you're-
we thought that was the right decision at the time. But whatever.
you're absolutely
Own up
right.
to being that you were wrong.
Well, who makes a decision and says, "Wow, this is going to be the wrong decision. Let's do it." They always think it's the right decision. Come up with a better excuse to say, "You know what? Maybe we just didn't have the right answer."
Yeah, because like if you just listen to the crowd every time, this kills me about Vince. The audience tells us what to do. The audience is the who we do this for. No, you don't, Vince. You are a fucking hype. You put people over who you think are gonna get over. You try to make people over, and you don't put the right people over who fucking deserve it.
Well, you don't allow the fans to help you tell the story. Like, I think Vince was wrong in his approach with Daniel Bryan, right? Like, it's like,
Oh yeah.
like,
I mean, there's a lot of people you could throw. CM Punk. I think he was wrong with a lot of the things he did with Punk, especially
Bray.
in that summer of Punk. Oh my God, did they drop the ball? Holy hell, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, it's
But they-
massively dropped it.
but you can tell that they're starting to realize where their money is. They go, okay, we need to put spotlight on Austin. We need to.
But do they though? Because
But
at
they-
the end, look at Owen Hart. Owen Hart was money at this point, and they put him in a fucking mid card feud with Triple H.
Well, they just didn't. They just didn't trust Owen. I mean, they were trying to milk it for all it's worth, but they're just milking a
even-
cow they're going to shoot right
Even
now.
if you were not gonna put the belt on Owen, even if, what a way to get your champ even higher on being over than to put him in a big program like that. That would have made fucking money.
No, I agree
Plus,
with
it was
you.
the Rumble too. The Rumble, when it comes to those title matches, that's where you take some chances because you know that that's not the main event. You know it's not the main event. You can put, you can experiment with people, and that would have been the perfect experiment. Would have been Owen and Shawn.
Yeah,
You are
absolutely.
You don't have to have
absolutely
Owen win.
100%.
That's where
right.
you would
I
try
couldn't
it.
have
You would
said it
try it
better.
out there.
Yeah, and they could have had Undertaker in the Rumble and have Kane come out there and screw him over and built the heat that way.
No, yeah, there's a number of things they could have done differently. And the thing is, like, watching this as I go, like, well, why didn't they do this with Why did they do this with this guy? And I'm thinking, like, well, they weren't over at the time because Vince would have put people who were over. And that's not the case. It's not the case with LOD. They're over and they just got buried. It's not the case with Owen Hart. I mean, Mark Marrow was an over fucking heel, and they just bury him completely because they want to put Sable over, which history proves was the wrong fucking move. So, I don't know. I just feel like people praise Vince and say he's this genius, but he's done all the dumb fucking mistakes he's done currently back then in the best fucking era of wrestling. And we're watching it happen live, or at least
Yeah,
here,
well.
hanging out and reliving it.
Yeah.
We do
kills
have that
me.
hindsight of 2020, but yeah, I mean, it's just now it's more glaring on, wow, that was.
No, Vince has always been a dumb fuck, which is, I don't like to say it, but like he makes more bad decisions than good ones. He just gets really lucky on some of his good bets. Like he's the kind of guy who plays $1,000 hand to blackjack, will lose 10 hands, then play a $10,000 hand and win it. So he breaks even, but at the end of the day, no one ever talks about those 10 hands he lost, which he said, you could have won those hands and had 20 grand instead of just 10 back.
It's true, but that's the thing. It's a 2-hour show, right? What you know what I remember about this week? Austin throwing the belt in the river. That's the only thing I remember about this Raw. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that clip. That's all he needs in a 2-hour show. If you think about it, right? You've got how many hours of television per year?
Well,
All
that's what you need for nostalgia, though. But in a 2-hour show, you need to keep the audience's attention for every minute of those 2 hours. That's what you're at least
Do
every
you?
quarter hour. Yeah, that's how they're getting paid. The quarter hour is a Nielsen's.
Not necessarily though.
the best parts as for nostalgia. Oh yeah, because who remembers all the details of these fucking episodes? We're watching it right now. I don't remember this shit. I don't remember Owen's promo, but it was good fucking shit right there that made me stick around and watch.
No, I agree. I agree with you to an extent, but what they really need you to do is buy a ticket, buy a T-shirt, and buy the pay-per-view. That's what they actually need you to do.
And back then, that was the moneymakers, was the live gates and the merchandise. That's how WWE made their money.
But
Obviously, that's not how they do it now.
but the
because-
marketing though, that's the thing.
yeah.
We were in a war, a Monday night war between WWF and WCW. When you went and you found out what the ratings were, and goes, oh, by the way, guys, Raw had a higher rating than Nitro. If you didn't watch the Raw that week before, you watched the next week because you were curious why was it a quote unquote better show, because more people watched it. So that's what they used the ratings for. It was a marketing tool. So I'm not saying they should be beholden to the ratings and look at the ratings and go, okay, this is what we have to do. But you still have to tell a good fucking story all hour of those both hours that you have. You can't just put it on one quarter hour does not win you the Monday Night War. And I think we're going to see that because that's why they had fucking NWO come out every hour of the 3-hour show, because they knew where the money was and that's what people wanted to watch. Think about it that way. That's all I'm saying.
No, I understand, and WCW used to think that way too. But in my opinion, like Vince McMahon is a very top-heavy promoter. He believes in having one or two guys that you focus the show on, and doesn't really have time to worry about what Brian Christopher's doing or what Taka Michinoku's doing. He just goes, oh, okay, put Taka over with the finish. I don't care how the rest of it plays out. That's just kind of how Vince McMahon is. He's not a detail-centric person like a Jeff Jarrett was in TNA, where every single promo had to be like, oh, every single eyebrow raise had to be cut for a certain, we have to end every quarter hour with a cliffhanger. Vince is like, no, I want to build a feud with Austin The Rock. I'm going to piss The Rock off. And you know what I'm saying?
I call bullshit on you, sir, because if that were the case, then he wouldn't have his wrestlers reading word from a script.
He is now, though, but back then he didn't.
Because he didn't need to. Those guys were just talented enough to go out there and read the crowd and just feel the energy of it and know exactly what to say, because they were fucking talented. And they killed it, honestly, because look, Cena probably could have stayed over as the bad boy fucking gimmick and whatever. It wasn't until they scripted his ass, because the guys were a public company. You're the champion. We can't have you going out there saying bitch, ass, or anything like that. We've got an image to maintain. So Cena, you just go out there, you sell your t-shirts, you sell your cum rags, you sell your fucking wristbands, pew, 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 like a gay Wonder Woman, and we'll be fine. And that's, I mean, no, that's how it was maintained, because it's so weird seeing the transition from them private to public. And it always feels like they want to go back to the Attitude Era in some way. They'll never fucking do it. No fucking way. And I think as we see the Attitude Era progress and get worse and raunchier and dirtier and nastier, like you're looking at those like, how the fuck would they ever do this today?
Well, I would say AEW. AEW's probably gotten the closest to mimicking Attitude Era without making those pitfalls and going raunchy way.
I think Vince wishes he'd have the ratings of the Attitude Era in this era, and I think that's what he's always striving for. Like, we're WWF. We are wrestling history now. We own everything, so people have to watch us. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, guys, remember when Kodak was the fucking king of photographs?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, shit moves fast,
They ruled
bro.
the fucking photo world for decades. They were pictures. Do you want to take a picture? No. Do you want to take a Polaroid? That was them. And now they're a fucking blip in history. Now, you ask the kids what Polaroid is today. Like, huh? What Kodak is. What? That could be WWF.
I mean, digital cameras are dead pretty much, unless you're a professional photographer.
But I don't know. I mean, I think this is a good introspective show. Like, this is one of the few shows like we've watched where you can really kind of dig into the meat of it and look at it objectively and kind of see what's cooking in their minds creatively, what they're doing, and what potentially goes wrong down the road. And again, that's just us speculating. But I think you had some really good insights today. It's going to really play into how the next few weeks progress. So you guys have any other thoughts for this episode before we sign off?
No, I mean overall, I think like it's just a build episode, so it's not bad. I mean, the Austin stuff was pretty good. Of course, Mark Marrow has become a darling of the program, so that was a cool little thing he did.
He was
But I mean,
on for
he's
2
over
seconds.
in our books.
You know what? I think we officially coined marking out now belongs to Mark Marrow.
Yes, it does.
That is out. I'm marking out. That's what that when I say that now, I mean I'm talking about Marrow. I blew my shit up. My hands instinctively went up in the air when he came out. I was so excited. The fucking, you imagine? I never thought doing this show, Mark Marrow would be the fucking highlight.
No,
Perspective, baby.
I really did enjoy his stuff with Sable. Now, back then it was kind of like, I just want to see Sable in a bikini because I was 14 and jerking off 6 times a day.
What's changed that you're not 14 anymore?
Exactly, right?
Well, all right, guys. Next week's show, if we get Weasel back, we're actually probably not going to watch an episode of Raw. We're going to have like a little bonus episode for you guys, taking a little DWA detour. Chris is going to pick a show that's near and dear to his heart, and we're going to watch and review it. So stay tuned for that, guys. We'll be back with you in a couple weeks. So there's nothing else. I'm the good Dr. Legend signing off for the Dudes with Attitude podcast. Saying goodbye for the magnificent one, Brett Evers, and the Supreme Submission Machine, Angelo. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week.